Hey guys, it's Sunny. Welcome back to episode 12 of Sunny's Geeky Grove podcast. Today I'm going to be talking about The Sims 4 and probably all the other Sims titles because I have played all of them. But before we jump into that, if you're new around these parts, hit that subscribe button, see what this is all about. You'll get, in your inbox, if you ring that bell, you'll get notified whenever I post a new video. And I post a podcast every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and a creepypasta narration every Friday, also at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let's just jump into today's episode. So The Sims is obviously, it's a simulation game where you create little people, characters, and you can control their life. You're basically playing God. Super fun. One of my favorite things. And you can learn skills, get a job, create a family, basically design the house of your dreams, which is one of my favorite things. I'm essentially a certified interior designer because of how many years I've spent playing The Sims. I started playing The Sims 2 in middle school, and it was on my friend's computer, and I remember you could lay in the middle of the road and look at the clouds, and a satellite could fall on you and kill you. Or it had the heart-shaped bed instead of just a normal bed, and it vibrated like in those seedy motels, hotels, whatever. They're just the quirks in it is so wonderful. That is one of my main loves of The Sims, is just how quirky and fun it is, how you can do basically whatever you want. Obviously, there's limitations. You can't just straight up murder a Sim, though you can finagle it and finesse it to happen. But you can't just say, oh, I want to kill this Sim. Kill. Obviously, it's not supposed to be that sadistic and creepy and gross. But you can, like I said, finesse it into happening, which is one of my favorite things. I remember in The Sims 3 when they finally said, hey, we're going to give your ghost Sims a different look based on how they died. And so if you drowned, your ghost was blue and it had water droplets coming from you. If you died in an electrical fire, or from electricity, from being electrocuted, your Sim was white and blue and it had sparks over it. If you died in a fire, obviously it would be orange with flames. Died of old age, it would be gray and like that. I think starvation was also gray. So I think that and old age, which was really fun because, I wanted to see different colored ghosts walking around. So I would do that sadistic thing where I'd make a little 5x5 house with a door, get them in there, put counters all over, put a stove, make them cook dinner, remove the door, and start it on fire. Or put down a pool, put walls around it, make them go in, and then take the ladder away. That's fine. And then an unhandy Sim repairing objects. That one was harder to get, obviously. But it still happened. It was really cool. And you'd always get that prompt basically saying, are you purposely doing this, you sick fuck? And yeah, we were, EA. Sorry, but you gave us the option. And why would you make it cool if you didn't want us to do it? Oh, so fucked up. But basically, it was a great game. And The Sims 4, I was really not looking forward to it because The Sims 3 was so good. And I had a lot of the expansions, not all of them, because they Yikes. Those are expensive. The stuff packs, the game packs, just the DLCs in general are expensive, and there's so much of them. And then The Sims 4 was talking about how, it's coming out soon, and here's emotions. And I was like, oh, that doesn't seem fun. It seems kind of like a waste. And I just kept playing The Sims 3 on my PC because it could run it. I had it all downloaded, and then it came out on the Xbox, and I had that. I had The Sims 3 and The Sims 3 Pets for the Xbox 360, and then The Sims 4 came out. I did buy it after a while. I think I waited almost a year, and they did update with some free updates, but then they also had the DLCs, but they took away the toddler stage, which was stupid because you basically went from an infant to a child. That's it. There was really? And then they talked about how they were going to make it into a paid DLC, and people freaked. It's like EA strips their games down to the barest necessity, sells it full price, and then starts selling all this stuff that they already have coded and made as, here's an upgrade for you, here's an extra. Obviously we all know EA bad, sense of pride and accomplishment, whatever, that's fine. But it is pretty annoying because the fact that we already had a functioning age progression system in The Sims 2 and 3 to then mess it up in The Sims 4, it was a slap in the face. There's also these laundry day packs and romantic garden stuff packs and seasons and city living vampires. All of that stuff is great and fun, but why is it $10, $15, $19, $30, $40 when that stuff, you're not giving us a lot? You're not giving us a lot. And I have purchased some DLCs. I'm playing it on the Xbox for this gameplay, and you can see that I have two or three DLCs. I have the City Living DLC and the Vampire DLC. Those are game packs where they add new functionalities and new worlds and new clothing, new build items. But I also have romantic garden stuff. And I believe I have one other. I can't really remember, but I usually wait until they go on sale on Amazon for 50% off, because instead of $10, it's $5. Instead of $20, it's $10. Because at the end of the day, I paid full price for The Sims 4. It was $55 when I bought it. I don't feel like continuing to spend so much money, and they're always putting out new great content. It looks fun, but it's just so expensive, and I'm not going to pay for it. And I think that we've obviously got those whales that are going to buy everything no matter what. But you also have the people that this is their only game. This is what they save up for. This is the game that they play all the time. This is how they relax, how they unwind. And so they're willing to spend it because they get bored after a while. They've done everything. They've had, 26 generations in one family, and they're bored now. They're doing all the challenges, the 100 baby challenge, the, pregnant nonstop challenge, whatever challenge. And they're bored, so they're ready for those DLCs, those new stuff packs, those new game packs. But not everybody's like that. And it is frustrating because it's just it's functionalities that should already be included in the game, but they're not because they know that they can profit from it. And, I'm one of them. I've bought game packs, I've bought DLCs, and I bought almost every single one for The Sims 2. I bought a lot for The Sims 3. There were so many more come Sims 3 than Sims 2. I feel like there were probably 15 for Sims 2 and like 40 for Sims 3. And now there's a ton for Sims 4. And it is disheartening because, we pay for them, we do it, we say we're okay with it. It's just like loot boxes, loot crates, microtransactions in other games. We're telling them we're fine because we do it. But at the same time, we want it because it's fun and it's relaxing and just let us have fun. I feel like we're not going to change the gaming industry. There's not enough, whatever. They don't care. We don't care. We're complacent and we're going to do it. And The Sims is one of those franchises that just nickels and dimes its player base, and we let it happen and we willingly do it because the content is so much fun. I have so much fun with The Sims. And I bought it on the PC and I bought it on the Xbox One when it came out. So I've purchased this game twice. And I believe I bought the deluxe edition both times. So I'm part of the problem. I know this. But why not? I have fun. It's one of my favorite games. And you can just lose yourself in it. In the monotonous, okay, wake up, use the restroom, shower, eat, go to work, come home, play a video game, work on a skill, okay, eat, go to bed, do it all over. Okay, now it's a day off. Let's work on skills. Okay, go to bed. Like, it may be monotonous, but it's so much fun. Especially when you're leveling those skills and you're almost to 10 and it's exciting. Obviously, it's one of my favorite games. So, even with all of the animosity that EA has and how much I dislike all the DLCs and stuff, like the purchase price point, I still have fun. I still support it. I still play it a lot. Maybe not as much as I used to because the controls are very wonky on the Xbox, and you have to really take your time with them. They're not very responsive. So when you hit down, it doesn't always go down. So sometimes I've messed up by doing a rude introduction when I meant to do funny or friendly, which is not necessarily the console's fault. So I'm just going to blame EA. EA hate all day, I guess. But I do love The Sims. And if you've never played one of them before, that sounds fake, but okay. I do recommend it. I don't know how you've gone through this much of your life without ever playing a Sims game, because it is a lot of fun. And you can see through this gameplay, hopefully it's left in here, or it's already happened, or it will happen, that there's a vampire that basically will show up. And with the vampires, if you don't have your door locked, they can come in and feed off of you, and they could turn you. And in one of my other gameplays, when I was trying to get turned, I had just purchased the DLC or game pack or whatever, and I was like, I fully researched vampirism, and I had all the tomes, I was ready for it, and the vampire would come to my door, I'd invite him in, and he would just stand there and look at me. And I'm like, okay, why? What do you want? So then I would go to the vampire world, and then there'd be nobody there. And I'm like, just turn me. I went up to a vampire and I'm like, request to turn. And they just would get angry with me. And I'm like, why? Why is it so hard? Just turn me. I want to be a vampire. But no, it was a pain. Eventually I had to become best friends with the vampire. confess my love and adoration for the vampire lifestyle, invite him to stay the night, and then when my sim was asleep, finally he fed on her during the night, and when she woke up, she requested to turn, and he finally did it. And I was like, yay, she's a vampire now. It was arduous and a pain, but finally I was a vampire, and that is my current playthrough, not the one that we're seeing right now. This one I made just for the stream and just for this video, but boy, it was a pain, and I am in love now being a vampire. Goals: if I can't be a witch shooting fire from my hands, I'd rather be a vampire. So I'll take what I can get. So I'm pretty sure that you know by now you can play this on the Xbox, the PS4, the PlayStation. That's the same thing. The PC is what I meant. And I'm sure it's full price. I'm sure it's still $60 everywhere. All the DLCs are anywhere from 10, 15, 20 to 40. Sometimes they're on sale on EA. I think you get a discount if you have EA access, which, okay, I don't. The console controls are very difficult on the Xbox. So if you do get it on there and you're used to playing on the PC, it takes some time. They're very wonky, but overall it is fun. It has its issues, but it also is a great time killer and a great just, living the dream type thing. You want to be a social media superstar influencer? Fine, go for it. You want to be a comedian? You can do that too. Want to be a villain and a super spy or an astronaut? The Sims got you covered. So, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Sunny's Geeky Grove. I rambled a lot. I talked a lot of shit. I also praised the game some. I hope you saw that I love this game so much. If you learned something new or if you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you didn't, you can leave a dislike. I will hold it against you, though. It will make me very, very sad. If you want to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button. You want to get notified? Boom. Ring that bell. And YouTube will send you a notification. And if you want to hear more, every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there's another episode of Sunny's Geeky Grove podcast. And every Friday, Frightening Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern is a creepypasta narration. I've been Sunny. You've been freaking amazing. I hope you have a good one, and we'll see you later. Bye.